Praise the Lord and welcome to Sunday Morning Christian Education. My name is Teraie Deloach. I attend Greater Bethlehem Temple Apostolic Church located in 4781 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Bishop James Chapman is the pastor and where there is a God in Bethlehem and Jesus is his name. Today's lesson is titled, Israel Rejects God as King. It comes from 1 Samuel chapter 9 verses 1 and 2, chapter 10 verses 17 through 26. The golden text reads, Ye have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adversities and your tribulations. And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. That's 1 Samuel chapter 10 verse 19. Google says rejects is a person or thing dismissed as failing to meet standards or satisfy tastes. It also says is to refuse or accept, use or believe something or someone. The Lord is the great King, and our desire should be to trust and follow him. God is an all-seeing and all-knowing God. God knows what we need better than what we think we need. God always knows what's best. Sometimes we envy people we know because of the things they have. We want those things too. Like nice cars, nice houses, their money. But, sometimes during the holidays, like around Christmas time, and they show all those commercials with the toys and everything. And, the kids want everything they see. So whenever they get a toy that they so need it bad, you give it to them. And then a week or so later after Christmas, you find that toy tossed in the corner or in the closet somewhere, never to be touched again. The Israelites didn't know what was best for them. They had the best thing going for them. They had God on their side. God of all gods, King of all kings, and Lord of all lords. But they rejected him. They wanted a king so that they could be like the nations around them with a king. They liked the idea of a human king. They didn't trust that the great King God knew what was best for them. They rejected God. Rejection is hurtful. For a long time, God was the only king of Israel. However, despite the love and care that God shown them, they still rejected him as their king because they could not see their king. The Israelites could see the human kings of the other nations who lived around them. They wanted a human king too. God had Samuel anoint Saul, but Israel didn't know yet. God loved the Israelites, and despite of all the things they did wrong and rejection, he decided to give them what they wanted, even though he knew it would contain some hard lessons for them. But you live and you learn. The Israelites waited for Samuel to reveal who the king was going to be, but they knew it was God's choice. Samuel was a prophet and judge and a wise leader of Israel. Samuel was God's spokesman for Israel. His hands and his heart were clean. Everything he had done, he did for God and the people. He had pure motives, whereas many of the other leaders was crooked and corrupt. Samuel had warned the people of Israel about the dangers and inconvenience of having a king rule over them. But that didn't change their mind. They were stubborn and still insisted on a king. Samuel let them know that them wanting a king was a rejection of God. Samuel once again reminded them how God saved them from that adversities and tribulations throughout the years. The conquering nations from which the judges had delivered Israel had been their most recent examples, but they still ignored it. They were not listening to logic. God chose Saul. The lesson tells us Saul's physical appearance shows that externally he was an ideal choice for a king. God knew the hearts of the people. They wanted a king who would be respected by other nations, and they were more interested in physical appearance than in spiritual qualities. Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin, the smallest of the 12 tribes of Israel. His father was Kish, who was a mighty man of power. Saul was described as a good choice. He was good looking. He was a tall young man. He was taller than all the rest. Saul's name meant asked for of God or prayed for. It was a time for the new king to be announced. But there was a process of elimination. The tribe of Benjamin was chosen. Samuel called the tribe of Benjamin forward to present the new king, which was Saul. But Saul was nowhere to be found. He ghosted him. Saul knew he was to be king. God had to tell the people where Saul was because they couldn't find him. What happened? Was he humbled? Or was he shy? Or was he just afraid? I guess he wasn't ready for the responsibility of a king. This showed lack of trust in God. This was a big opportunity for him to serve God. The people went to get Saul. They got him out of hiding. He was hiding among the baggage or the stuff. The Bible says stuff. God gives us all gifts and talents. We must use these gifts and talents for the Lord. After the people saw how Saul looked, they were pleased with the choice. He's still well above the rest. He was over 6 feet tall, and there was none like him. Samuel told the people that God made rules in a book for the king to follow. Then Samuel sent everyone home, and Saul returned to his home. God sent men that were filled with courage and touched their hearts to serve with Saul. Even though Israel had a king, God was still in control of everything, and he still is in control today. I hope I have put something on your mind. Until next time, God bless.